Let's check in on The View.
I disagree.
All right.
I think that I'd like to reframe the conversation. I think Bernie Sanders is wrong. I think the more relevant...
Of course you think Bernie Sanders is wrong. The reason why Donald Trump got elected the first time is because Bernie Sanders gave up his position to Hillary, who didn't really earn it. Bernie Sanders was winning, and the DNC stole it for Hillary, and that caused a lot of people to get angry and then vote for Trump. And that's why Trump won the first time. So you would disagree with Bernie Sanders. Now, now Bernie Sanders is late to the party and a fake coward, because he could have been saying this for years, but he stopped because he had to bow down to his masters. But tell me more about Bernie Sanders being wrong versus you.
Question actually is, what is wrong with America?
You're what's wrong with America.
I think what is wrong with our country, that the Republican Party...
What's wrong with the country that a whole bunch of independents and former Democrats would vote for a guy running in the Republican Party? That's what you should have said.
Would choose as a candidate and support a candidate who is an insurrectionist.
He's not an insurrectionist. If there was an insurrection, there'd be a lot of dead people, and potentially there would be a lot of dead people, and he might not even be running right now. If he was an insurrectionist, there would be dead people everywhere on January 6th. He is a reckless leader. You could say that. You could say a reckless leader. You could say dangerous leader, because that could be, you could interpret that.
Who is an election denier.
In different ways. He is an election denier. I will give her that one. Although if you look at the fact that Joe Biden got 81 million views. I mean, 81, I'm thinking about YouTube. 81 million votes. And nobody else could even come close to that. It's worth questioning now. Now a lot of people think there might be something up with the election in 2020. Go look at the stats. They don't make sense. Now, I don't deny the election, really, but I just think a lot of people came out because they hated Trump so much. But, I don't know. So, but it is very strange, no doubt about it. It's so strange. It's so strange that MSNBC thinks that that there was some kind of election interference this time, because they're missing 13 to 20 million people who voted Democrat the last time. So MSNBC thinks something is up. Donald Trump thinks something is up. Hey, maybe something's up.
Who is someone who is twice impeached, 34-time convicted felon.
He was, the DOJ weaponized the judicial system against Donald Trump, against their political opponent. And most people that know anything about law and the courts know that a lot of this stuff was bogus, just so they could give him that felon title. So that's what a lot of people think in the country.
Someone who has been accused of alleged sexual misconduct by 26 women, found liable for sexual abuse. What is wrong with this country that they would choose a message of divisiveness?
I don't know about the sexual stuff, but a lot of it was bullshit. But I don't know, until the full investigations were to happen, I don't know what I could tell you. I know that I've experienced a lot of actual sexual predators and bad sexual behavior by a lot of people. And I've also, not experienced, but I've seen a lot of that. And I've also seen a lot of lies and fake stories and accusations that weren't true. So I don't know what to tell you about that. But he's not convicted of rape. People keep saying he's convicted of rape. He's not. That's a lie.
Of xenophobia.
Xenophobia. I don't think he's xenophobic. How is he xenophobic?
Of racism.
What racism? The guy is literally, so many black people have come out and talked about how Trump has helped them. And when nobody, Obama, Bush, everybody, wouldn't do the crime bill reform, they wouldn't do crime reform, prison reform, and let these people out of jail, these black fathers who hadn't seen their kids because they got caught with some weed one time or something. Nobody would do it. Donald Trump was asked to do it. They've been saying we've been doing this for years. Obama wouldn't do it. Bush wouldn't do it. Nobody will do it. And Trump did it. Go look up what happened. Trump got the Republicans to vote it, and they got it passed. And it's on video. It's on CNN praising Trump, that Trump was the only one who could get it done. Thank you, Trump. Is that something a racist would do? Doesn't make sense. Also doesn't make sense all the black owners and people that Trump has helped. Oprah used to love him. Jesse Jackson. So many people come out and say that Trump is so great and that he's helping the African-American people and yada, yada, yada. Yet this lady just says he's a racist. That's why she doesn't understand what the fuck is going on. She doesn't understand how this could happen because she's a fucking idiot, and she just thinks these things like, oh, he's a racist, he's a rapist, Nazi, Hitler person. That's what he is. But then when it gets down to the nitty-gritty to ask about the specific things that you're talking about, and then you put him up against the specific things that show that, that doesn't make sense, then what? Then they don't believe it, or their heads explode, or they have to admit they're wrong, or they have to admit that there's at least a question there about this. I don't know. So it's just easier to say, to repeat the lies over and over again that he's these things, instead of the things that he kind of really is, which is like he's a bit narcissistic. He's very full of pride. He's can be a bit of a baby when it comes to losing. Sometimes he takes some bad advice. Sometimes he forgives people a little too quickly. There's a lot of things you could say about Trump. Sometimes he's a little bit reckless in some of his decision making, but you also have to say all the things that he did well.
Of misogyny over a message of inclusiveness, a message for the people, by the people, of the people.
Well, the people voted it. The people voted for him to become president. He won the popular vote. So the people, you keep saying the people. What people are you talking about? Are you talking about the people that call him a Nazi and that keep all of us poor and that keep voting for terrible things that destroy our country and that destroy our families and that destroy us and that makes the taxes go up, the stocks go down, and our lives miserable, the groceries go up and everything else? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you just talking about the rich people? See, I think you're just talking about the rich elite people who it doesn't matter who's president really at all, but you like Joe Biden to be because he'll save the rich people money, which is funny enough because he talks about how he's going to make the rich people pay their fair share, but he actually does the opposite. So you must be talking about the rich people. You're mad that when you say the people, you mean the rich people. But the regular American people, guess what? They voted for him. You don't understand it because you are some kind of rich Hollywood like oligarch person.
That is what the problem is. It's the Republican Party.
But can I say something before we can do this?
What's wrong with America is you don't understand it. That's what's wrong with it. What's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with everybody else. There is something wrong with you, your friends, and your policies. And I've been saying it since 2015. And if you'd listened to me, you stupid cow, then you would have learned something. If you listened to stupid me, then you would have learned something years ago. I can break it all down for you all over again. I'm on video talking about this from 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. How come I know it and you don't? Why don't you understand? I understand why Trump lost the last time. I'm not an election denier like most people. I'm not even denying it. And maybe there is something that happened, but there are numbers to suggest something weird happened in 2020. But I choose to believe that America isn't that evil, that they would rig an election that evil. But it is believable because they've rigged so much other stuff in other countries and wars and crazy things and killed people and locked people up like Julian Assange and so many other people and other things they've done. Obama did that. But I choose to believe that, what happened is the people were so misinformed that they rose up to vote against Donald Trump because they really believed he was Hitler. They really thought this guy's Hitler, this guy's a Nazi or something, which makes no sense. All of our grandfathers fought the Nazis. This is America. We got little kids, young kids and stuff, and I even say it too. But we all keep saying Nazi this, Nazi that to things. Like, we're supposed to be the country that beat the Nazis because we did, right? We beat the Nazis. But this country would have you think that we're Nazis. Like, little young kids think that, like, America's full of Nazis when it's not even close to that. We're the people that beat the Nazis. If you would teach the kids that we beat the Nazis, and there's some fringe Nazi people around the country that are just nuts, that are playing dress up, that are scary. You can teach them that, and that's true. But to say that we're the Nazis, it's like, no, that's not even close. Now you could be Nazi-like or Hitler-like, but we're not actually them. You could be Nazi-like, but the Nazis are gone.
The Democrats are the
What we do have is a bunch of angry Americans. We know that.
ones. They are the party that cares for the blue collar
Exactly.
voter. The Democrats.
Well, they used to be. See, this is what they keep saying. The Democrat Party, the Democrats used to care about the working class people. The Democrats used to care about the working class people, and the Republicans used to be the people that would always stop all of that. But now the Democrats are the people that care about illegals and criminals and the pharmaceutical companies and white collar crime, and they're the ones that care about chopping your kid's dick off and turning him into a girl, and if you don't agree, we'll put you in jail. Crazy shit from mentally ill psycho people, and they're nuts. So now you literally have people leaving the Democratic Party to literally join the religious people. And like, there's a lot of right-wing religious people, right? It used to be that the right-wing religious people were scary. That's not scary anymore. See, it used to be that it was. Used to be that the right-wing people were scary because they were like, Jesus, this and that, and we'll, oh, my kid might be brainwashed in school that dinosaurs are fake and Jesus is real and whatever else. That used to seem scary to a lot of people. But now that doesn't seem so scary. What seems scary is them putting rainbow flags all over your kid's head and telling your kid that he needs to become a furry who wants to read books about two little boys making out under a fountain. So it's like, okay, that seems scary. That seems scarier to me. And so that's what the Democrats have become. And I know this because I watched them become it and slowly went, what the fuck is going on? And you're crazy. You stole the DNC from Bernie Sanders, admitted to it, and most Democrats don't even seem to care about that or know about it. And then these elitists come out, and then Kamala Harris, P. Diddy just happened. All the Diddy tapes, all the Diddy people, and then Kamala Harris holds rallies in the end of her political rallies route here to the president election date. And who does she roll out? J-Lo, Beyonce, and just like everybody who is from the Diddy parties. So like some of the top names that we've been hearing about at the Diddy parties, like J-Lo and Beyonce and stuff like that, they all of a sudden are out, Lady Gaga, they're out talking about vote for Kamala. And you're like, aren't you somebody who could be going to jail soon? Or aren't you like a questionable individual? Why are you coming out here all of a sudden? People think they were paid off probably so that they don't have to go to jail, or they got blackmailed. And listen, J-Lo and Beyonce may be sitting there being like, that's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. That's not what's going on. We were at some parties. Nothing really happened though. But you know what? The American people think you're up to something. And now it looks like you're really up to something, because then you just suddenly return back to tell everybody to vote for Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris constantly has, like, Cardi B is coming out for Kamala Harris. Would Cardi B, the woman who used to drug men and then, like, steal from them? These are the people that are coming out. J-Lo can't hold a husband because she's apparently a whore, Beyonce, who her and Jay-Z, we know all about their shit. And just so many other people that have come out. And then Cardi B. Cardi B robbed men and drugged men. So these are the people that are coming out and telling us about morals and who to vote for and whatever else. But yet they actually got paid. Because they got paid because Kamala Harris's campaign spent like, what was it, $10 billion or something? Something, $100 billion, $10 billion, $20 billion, whatever it is. And they're $20 million over budget in the negative that they're behind, they owe. They spent billions of dollars to lose, and they spent billions of dollars to pay for celebrities to give endorsements. Just an empty, hollow, disconnected message from filthy, satanic, weird, no morals people, childless in most cases, or faltered families, destroyed families, ruined children who think they're all girls because their mom said so, kids on drugs, kids that are dead, kids that are strung out. And then you look at Donald Trump's kids and you're like, you know what? I think his kids look like little smug rich fuckers, but they seem a lot better off than a lot of the kids of a lot of these people. And a lot of these people don't even have kids. Okay? And by the way, Tim Walz lost his own area to Trump. What the fuck, bro? What is going on with these people? What's wrong with the American people? What's wrong with you, you rich, stupid idiots? Like, you're stupid people. Anyway, that I could go on for hours explaining to you why you lost and why things are bad. But I can tell you one thing. I voted Democrat my whole entire life as a 40-year-old now. And why am I supporting the right and Donald Trump? Because you made me. I don't really want to, but you made me. This is Shame on News, and you can't handle the news.